Well, good afternoon and welcome to the live music showcase. It's going to be a great one today. My name is Randy Wind. I'm here with a great young band that's just going to blow you away. If you like rock, soul, blues, roots music, this is a band you are going to love. The Heather Gillis Band is in the studio to do it for us today. Hey guys, let's hear a tune and get going, and then we'll tell all the people about your band.
Rising, I can't move much faster as the mud gets thicker and the storm gets closer. I'm so busy running, my heart's pounding faster, but the storm gets closer. Where the night I want it, and I'll be alright. So as the storm goes by, it's been on its way. Oh hey, while you're now, you know I'll be alright. I'll be just fine, be alright. As soon as the storm goes by, I'll be alright. I'll be alright, baby. The head is pounding and my knees are weak. My body's failing on me, but my mind still thinks that I'm so busy chasing something I don't know, but I gotta keep moving quickly. So won't let me go, and I'm gonna be alright. As soon as the storm goes by, it's been out its way. Oh, while you're now, you know I'll be alright. Well, I'll be just fine, be alright. As soon as the storm goes by, I'll be alright. alright. Yeah, I'll be alright, babe. I'll be alright. I'll be alright.
All right, the Heather Gillis Band right here in our studio. And Heather was not just singing, but she was the one playing that lead guitar. So, Heather, tell us, first of all, are you willing to tell people how old you are?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm 22.
You're just 22 years old, and you're playing this crazy rootsy music. So tell us how you got into it and where you're from.
I'm actually from Brooksville, Florida, which is about an hour north of Tampa.
Just north of here.
Yeah.
And then you went to Florida State?
Yep,
up in Tallahassee, and that's where you put, is that where you put the band together?
No, this band is actually, I moved to Atlanta about 5 months ago, and this is them. So we're based out of Atlanta now.
Awesome.
But yeah, I started playing with Heather Gillis Band, kind of got its start in Tallahassee.
And when did you get into this kind of music, this kind of rootsy, bluesy music that is such a popular kind of music for a lot of people, but not that many people who are 22 years old? So tell us about it.
Yeah, I mean, it's the music that got me started playing guitar. So that music just really resonated with me, and it's the reason that I kind of ended up picking it up. So whenever I heard blues music was whenever I wanted to play guitar.
And it's opened up a lot of doors have been opening up. We'll talk a little bit more about you and the Butch Trucks Band in a little bit, but first let's hear another tune.
Yeah. You're the only one as you fall asleep at night, and you believe him 'cause in the morning, well, he's right by your side. In the highs are when we're high, and in the lows are when we fight. I think back to when you loved me, what happened to that guy? 'Cause you become a body next to me, the mountains I can read. 'Cause you become my body, nobody next to me, the book of make-believe, but I'm so afraid. Too much to see. Oh, well, I've chosen slowly killing me. But just remember one thing, that you turn and walk away. Well, I can find another you most any day. 'Cause you become my body, a body next to me, the mountains I can read. 'Cause you become my body, nobody next to me, the book of make-believe, and I'm from a fantasy. 'Cause you become my body, nobody next to me. The motions I can't read. Could you pick up my body? The body next to me. The book of make-believe. But I'm some fantasy.
Well, that was a very nice kind of a jam tune, and you guys I see are sort of embraced by the jam band community, which is an interesting community because it can come out of all different directions. But one of the main tracks of the jam band movement, it comes straight from the Allman Brothers, and it seems like you've come up through that lineage that's now about 50 years old, right? So, and tell us about your connection, Heather Gillis, who's speaking to us now with her great band. Tell us your connection that happened with the late Butch Trucks, who we lost just last year, was it? January, we lost him. Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to school in Tallahassee. I was at Florida State, and Butch went to Florida State 2 different times, so he went to school there. So he was going through and doing a seminar in the percussion area, and wanted to do a jam session at this place called the Bradfordville Blues Club in Tallahassee. It's a really cool, like, juke joint, and he loved it. So he was like, I want to put together a jam. And the owners called me up, and they're like, hey, Butch Trucks is coming. You should come out and play with them. Like, you should meet them and play with them. I was like, all right, cool. Like, yeah, I love the Allman Brothers. That's awesome. So I went out there, and we played, I think, 2 songs together. I just played guitar on one, and then I sang, I think it was Ain't No Sunshine. And we exchanged information around the same time. He was putting together the Freight Train Band. And showed up for special guest a bunch, and kind of just kept learning parts and kept learning songs, and was thrown into this song and thrown into that song, and then eventually he was like, just keep showing up. And I was like, all right.
So are you kind of in the band or just kind of touring with them?
I was in it at the end. I mean,
so did you go on tour with them and stuff like that?
Yeah, it was like during like the audition times, he was just like, hey, I'm trying to find a new band, come hang out and play a couple songs with us. And I was like, all right, cool. And then a guitar player here would miss, and I would fill in for him. And then a singer couldn't sing this song or something, so then I would sing it. And then it was just kind of naturally evolved into just me being in the band full time.
So when Butch died, were you kind of left? What do I do now? And this is where you are now. When you come up with your new band, or tell us what happened after Butch died in January.
Well, I had just I was about to graduate. I graduated in May, and so I was just going to focus on that band and kind of take some time and write and try to get my stuff together and stay in Tampa and just focus on the Butch band. And then whenever he passed away, it took me a while to bounce back. It was it's hard. Everyone has like the person that like makes them fall in love with music and really makes them understand.
And he was kind of a mentor, would you say?
Yeah, definitely was. Yeah, and he was that person for me. He was the person that taught me how to play, taught me how to love music, and really made me fall in love with it. So when he passed away, it was really difficult. But more than anything, when you lose a mentor like that, it also makes you want to like all right, it's time to go. He didn't have me in the band so I could play in Freight Train Band my whole life. He had me in the band so that he could teach me and show me all this stuff, and I could go off and do my own thing. And once I realized that, I moved to Atlanta because I had a couple friends up there, and they had been trying to get me to get up there. And so I moved up there, and it's been great.
And was that scary going to a new city and just starting out and saying, hi, I'm here, and who wants to play with me? I mean, that just seems scary to me for a young person like you.
Oh, it was terrifying. Yeah, it was, but I had some really good friends up there and some really great people that introduced me to a really great family of musicians up there. And everyone's been extremely kind and really been able to get involved in a couple of different really strong musical families up there. And that's been great.
Hey, I just want to let people know that you can not just hear this show on WMNF 88.5 or WMNF.org, or on our app. You can be watching it if you are on Facebook and you go to WMNF's Live Music Showcase page, or you can go to my personal page because I shared it too, if you're one of my friends. And it's getting a lot of views already, and I'm sure it's going to get thousands of views before the end of the day or the show or the day, because people can keep watching this later and watch it over and over again if they want to. That's what's cool about Facebook Live. Also, we are going to be uploading it on YouTube this evening. I want to thank Bob Hoke, who kind of pulls that whole thing together, the Facebook Live and the YouTube part of the show. So it's a great opportunity to see this band, who are good to look at, and it's always fun to watch bands, so it's kind of what you're looking at, what you can see when you're hearing them, and it's a whole added dimension. So check it out. We're on Facebook Live at WMNF Live Music Showcase, and we've got a YouTube. WMNF has its own YouTube page, or whatever you want to call that, up there in the sky. All right, Heather Gillis Band is our guest. We're going to find out more about them and meet the band and all sorts of other cool things, and whether we might be able to see them live as the show moves along. I know you got long songs, so we'll have to make sure we get enough information in. I do want to thank Mark Perfetti. He's working the sound, and we'll check the rest of the. Let's just thank the rest of the video crew. It's the Connors, who always are here. Tom and Marcy, and Richard Stone does a great job, and Gilberto Cruz is helping out today too. But Mark Perfetti doing the mixing as he always does. Fantastic job every week, mixing incredible different bands. We have all sorts of different bands on the Live Music Showcase. And we're really excited about this band, the Heather Gillis Band. My first time hearing you guys, so I'm pretty excited. I always like to hear new bands, always looking for new bands to hear that can excite me, and this one sounds really good. So let's hear another song from the Heather Gillis Band.
Take your breath, set aside all the lies. You know I should be coming in here. Well, oh, you tried and I tried. Now the world hurt inside. Thanks for all the tears. Well, and it's black and it's white and it's wrong and it's right and it's fine to wear. But in the end, oh well, yeah. Then I don't wanna care about you anymore. No, I don't wanna care about you anymore. No, I don't wanna care about you anymore. No, I don't wanna care about you anymore. But y'all still here, lingering on down these walls. Y'all still here, lingering on down these walls. And y'all still here, lingering on up and down these walls. And y'all still here, lingering on up and down these walls.
Wow, it's really thrilling to watch you play the guitar with all that passion. Usually guitar masters are men, and to see this young woman just ripping the guitar like a crazy master who's been around for 50 years playing guitar, and she's 22 years old, and it's just kind of thrilling. So, what's it like, and why do you think guitars are mainly a guy thing instead of a girl thing?
You're not.
Well, I know they aren't completely because you're there playing. But if you look around at all the bands, mainly all the great guitarists, not all the great guitarists, but if you look at like the 100 greatest guitarists in rock and roll history, they're going to be about 98, 97, or 98% guys until they start to recognize you in about 10 or 20 years.
Yeah, it's changing. There's a lot of us out there now, and it's awesome to see. For me, I love looking up to like Bonnie Raitt and Susan Tedeschi, who are really great. And there's a lot of females out there though now that are playing guitar, and I know for me the guitar was something I never thought I could do. It wasn't something that was like I saw other people do it, and I thought it was like you're born with brown eyes.
And how old were you when you started playing?
I've been playing for about 9 years, 9 years. I was a freshman in high school.
And when you were in high school, did you start getting into some of that music, Allman Brothers and Ain't No Sunshine and all that stuff that predates you by several decades?
Yeah, I got turned on to Jack White from the White Stripes, and I listened to a lot of what he was doing, and he took me from knowing nothing to listening to Son House and Blind Willie McTell and Blind Lemon Jefferson and Mississippi John Hurt and a lot of some of the old Delta blues guys, and that was what really turned me on to guitar. And so I went from that and just tried to work my way up. And as I got better and started digging more into music, I didn't grow up in a musical household, so most of what I learned was from listening to other things.
If you've just tuned in, we've got the Heather Gillis Band here, and she grew up in Brooksville. She went to college up in Tallahassee, where Butch Trucks discovered her and put her in the band, and she became part of the Butch Trucks Band, and now she's got this great band that she put together up in Atlanta when she moved up there just this year. So it's a brand new band, no album yet, right?
Not yet.
So
progress.
if you're here in this band, you're going to be able to say in a number of years, I heard her back before she even had an album. She was playing on WMNF. So can we introduce the band and have everybody in the band say a little bit? Let's start with our bass player here, standing next to me, and tell us who you are and what's your background in music. Now playing bass with Heather.
Yeah, my name's Evan Sarver, and I've been in Atlanta about 5 years, from Virginia originally.
And did you go to Atlanta for the music scene or something else?
Yeah, it was a combination of personal and musical endeavors.
And what kind of bands have you been in the past, Evan?
I have a background in jazz and classical, and I've played in bands ranging from funk to psychedelic rock to
and so
jam
this band
bands
kind
to
of covers
blues.
it all, huh? It's right in the middle.
Yeah, I like everything.
All right, let's talk to our keyboard player over there, who's he's laying down some nice sounds while Heather's doing the guitar. He's working out some piano stuff that kind of goes along. Makes it a whole jam band thing to have a keyboard player, right?
I suppose so.
So tell us about your background. Who are you?
I am Spencer Pope.
Spencer, tell us about your background in music and what brought you into this band and what you're doing in music. How'd you get going?
Well, I've been playing music since I was a kid, and I just really like it. It pretty much beats working. And a few months ago, my buddy Critter said that Heather here was wanting to find a keyboardist and asked if I wanted to play some gigs with her, and here we are.
So, what did you think when you first heard Heather? Was that a kind of music you were into, or did you think, that she's just so young, she's probably not going to be very good, or what were you thinking?
I have a very broad range of appreciation for music, so it was kind of just, anything I was like, oh, all right, yeah, she's doing it. That was more my my reflection on it than anything. You know, like if you're really good at smashing trash cans against a wall and screaming, and like you're really doing it very well, I'll be like, yeah, you got it. You know, so Heather was obviously not doing that. She's ripping guitar, but you know, same sort of thing. The passion and the heart is there.
Oh, now I'm realizing you guys haven't been together that long, but I'm hoping you stick around together for a while because sometimes bands come and go. But we're gonna talk to our man in the drumming room. If you're watching on one of our video devices, you can see that our drummer doesn't sit in the room with us. It would overpower the room too much, so we've got his own room back there. How you doing back there?
I'm doing good.
You want to introduce yourself and talk about your music background?
Yeah, my name is Dallas Dawson. I've been living in Atlanta for about 4 years. Moved up there for school. Just played in a bunch of different bands, just trying to make music, you know.
And how did you get together with the Heather's band?
I was playing with Colonel Bruce Hampton the last few months. He was alive, and did Heather? Did you guys play a number of shows with Colonel Bruce?
Yeah, I would play with him when he went down to Florida.
Now you need to be careful because it seems like everybody you play with is dying. So, who are you playing with this weekend? It could be the end. No, I'm just joking there. Sorry, bad joke.
yeah, I think we might have played one show together with Bruce. Then he passed, and we played another show, a tribute show to him. And
I think I read about that show. It sounded fantastic.
It was great. It was great. A lot of energy in the room. And then after that,
Colonel Bruce was one of a kind.
he to say the least.
He played a couple of WMNF shows over the years.
Yeah, he's otherworldly, I would say. But yeah, after that, I started playing with another band, and while I was on the road with them, she hit me up and asked me to do some dates. And when I got back, we started playing, and we were just trying to keep it going.
Awesome. Well, you guys sound great today. I have some information about your playing this coming up soon, but we'll save that until after we hear another tune.
All these songs have been original tunes, and this next one is an original. This one's called Hand in Hand. Take your hand, then hold on tight, that you got me through this land. That once looked so bright, but now you understand that you are colorblind, so don't question their demands. Remember pictures, simple times with less violence and resistance. Simple times with less harm and resistance. But wars are fought to better our existence. Colorblind freedom not existence. Baby, take my hand. We'll walk the streets of gold to the promised land. Create an army of love, together we'll stand. Break down high walls, casting shadows that lay. On our colors brush back, hand in hand. Well, glitter ain't gold, so watch your step as you walk in rich man's land. False promises if you follow that man. You only count 5 blessings, 'cause a pin in your other hand. But let's paint pictures of happy times that you only find in fiction. We'll use bright colors as an outlet to escaping, and run rampant through a free place living. So baby, take my hand. We'll walk the streets of gold to the promised land. Create an army of love, together we'll stand. Break down high walls, casting shadows that bang hit on harmony of love together with stand. Break down how walls casting shadows that fade. I like colors rush back hand in hand.
The Heather Gillis Band. And before we go on, I need to tell people that WMNF has a vehicle donation program, and it's not only for your everyday old car. We also accept classic cars like 1960s Mustangs, Chevys, or Model Ts. Okay, somebody give us a Model T. That'll be okay. All right. We take boats and motorcycles too. Here's a number to call. It's 1-888-966-3885. And we'll take care of everything. One more time, that number is 1-888-966-3885. And speaking of old cars, I just took mine to got mine picked up at the mechanic today, and my 20-year-old Toyota, I said, it's still running good? He says, I got Toyotas with 400,000 miles, and they're still running good. So we'll just recommend old Toyotas if you're shopping. All right, here on the Live Music Showcase, we're doing fine. But we need to know where you're playing. If somebody wants to see this exciting young band that's just emerged on the scene, doesn't have a record out, but it's got everybody talking about them and big names saying, we want you to be with us. So tell us where you're playing.
Yeah, we got a lot of shows coming up in the area. So tomorrow, actually, Saturday, we'll be at Camping with the Blues in Brooksville.
That's at Sertoma Youth Ranch. That's right in your backyard. Have you been there a bunch of times?
Yes. Yeah, I grew up going there. So I actually grew up going to, seeing some people. I've been there before. Just
Have
to
you
watch,
have you
so
ever
it's
played
cool.
there?
This is the first time.
Oh, that'll be nice.
So that'll be great.
So Camping with the Blues, it's basically a fantastic blues festival with all the blues bands in Florida practically play at that, right?
And more. I know Bruce Katz is a friend of mine, and he's coming from New York, so he's playing right after us. So I'm really excited to see him.
So check it out. Camping with the Blues. It's up at Sertoma this weekend. What else you got going on?
Monday, I'm at Ringside with a bunch of some of my just really cool female musicians in the scene. We like to get together sometimes and put together shows. And
Any names?
Yep, Danny J from Comeback Alice.
All right.
And Miss Estee Love, who's a great singer-songwriter, and it'll be a good time. I'm excited.
So is it a collaborative? People playing collaboratively, or you don't even know? It's just going to be kind of.
Yeah, we're just gonna get together and see what happens. We're all real open-minded musicians and really good at playing off one another. So we're just gonna kind of go in with not much on paper and have a good time, and that'll be on Monday at Ringside Cafe.
Now on Tuesday night, I know where you're going to be because I heard you're going to be back here at WMNF on In the Groove, WMNF's jam band show. That's every Tuesday night as part of our Trip Strip, and it's at 10 o'clock to midnight, and this band will be revisiting WMNF on Tuesday night. I wonder who's going to be working the sound. Mark, are you working the sound? I don't know. Somebody should be working it because that'll be fantastic. You'll be in the studio again, I guess.
Yeah.
And you'll get some different listeners then compared to now. So it's awesome to have you dropping by twice.
Thanks.
And then anything else next week that we can learn about?
Yeah, 2 other shows. I got Thursday will be at Ale and the Witch in St.
Nice,
Petersburg.
you're hitting all the cool spots.
Yeah, I grew up going to all of these spots, so it's fun to be back. And then Friday we head up to Spirit of the Swanee, up in North Florida for the Halloween festival they are having this weekend.
Oh, that's a big deal. Congratulations on getting a gig there.
Thanks.
Because that's like one of the biggest jam band events in the fall.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a great festival, and the promoter's really great, and a good friend of mine.
Who are some of the big
does a
names
good
playing
job.
there this year?
I know String Cheese Incident. It's their
I think they're the headliners.
Yeah,
it's kind of their event, right?
Yeah, uh-huh.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people. I mean, there's EDM people, there's DJs, there's jam bands, there's folk, really it covers a really wide spectrum. It's a really cool festival.
All right. Well, congratulations. The band that we're listening to today is the Heather Gillis Band, and it's kind of a new band. She was part of Butch Trucks just until last year when he died, and now she's from this area, but went up to Atlanta and put together this band that you're hearing today. And they're going to be around town all week, it sounds like, so that's awesome. And then we'll be looking for their new release. Anybody hunting for you yet, talking to you yet about it? It seems like you got the songs, you got the looks, you got the chops. Who's trying to sign the Heather Gillis Band? Or you can't talk about it yet.
Yeah, it's one of those things.
Yeah,
we'll see.
I understand. You don't want to. You don't want to drop a name when it's not signed yet. Okay. Good luck. Good luck with it. Anyway, we're looking forward to your long career. What's the kind of music you play. What's great is you can be an old lady and still be playing it, and it sounds great because the blues just kind of gets great as you get older. So you've got 50 years ahead of you. Take your time,
Alrighty.
and you're going to have a fantastic career, I can tell. Heather Gillis, she's here on WMNF today. In 40 years, you'll be able to say, I remember that day.
All right.
Let's have another song.
Okay, cool, yeah. I just wanna be alone, 'cause this place, no, it ain't been my home. In this town, it still chills me to the bone. And my thoughts, now they ain't been my home. Someone trying to be, someone trying to be, someone trying to be, but now being so high. I just wanna be alone, 'cause this place, now it ain't been my home. Getting along with myself, life's been getting along with myself and my sins, accepting the lies, destroying my life. I gotta keep my head from standing on that spot. Well, I just wanna be alone today, 'cause this place, now it ain't been my home, no. But I keep on running, I keep on hiding, and I keep on fighting these demons inside me, and I keep on running, and I keep on fighting, and I keep on hiding these demons inside me, and I keep on running, and I keep on fighting, I keep on hiding these demons inside me, and I keep on running, I keep on fighting, I keep on hiding these demons inside. Woo-hoo. myself. It has been getting alone with myself and my sins, accepting the lies, destroying my life. I gotta keep my head from static and asking.
That's a great one. Congratulations on a beautiful song. Any plans to tour? Have you been touring outside the Southeast, or what are your touring plans?
Yeah, we actually went on our first tour out the Southeast in August. We went up to did some shows in New York, did a camp up there, did some shows in Maine and New Jersey, and trying, to just break in. Every market's a new market where we're at, so just trying to break into all these places and meet people and make friends and just expand our community and our music family.
Well, you seem to have a lot of friends willing to help you, and it's just great to see you again. This is the Heather Gillis Band. You're seeing them in an early opportunity to see a great band, a great artist on the rise, and we're going to have time to start another song for the radio listeners, but the people on Facebook are going to get an extra treat because we usually let the song continue past the end of the show for those who are watching and listening. So be sure to check it out on Facebook. The Facebook Live is up and running, and it's been running since before the show, and it's gotten a lot of shares and a lot of views, and it's going to get a lot more if you join us right now. The Facebook is on WMNF Live Music Show, and you can find it pretty easily. And a bunch of people like myself and Mark Perfetti have shared it, so you can find it. Did you share it on your page?
Yeah.
And if you're on Heather's page, by the way, you should probably friend Heather on Facebook, right?
Yeah, we have a fan page too.
You have a fan page,
Facebook.com/Heather Gillis Band.
You do Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff.
All the good stuff.
Good. You do Snapchat?
Yeah, actually, yeah, yes.
Cool. So I don't, but I haven't. I tried, but I couldn't get into it. It was too hard.
A for effort.
Let's get this last song started, and we'll say thanks for listening. This is WMNF.org. We are community conscious radio. We're homegrown, hand-picked music and news, and we have a great artist in our studio today, the Heather Gillis Band.
Thank you.
storm's madness, then you'll enjoy your sadness. Well, I'll keep hanging on until we reach the sun. We'll light my candle high, yeah, and fall right in the air. Soul's on fire, soul's on fire, soul's on fire, soul's on fire. Show me your fire, what's your desire, and has it passed the space. And I always living free ain't easy, when you ain't free to be, yeah. We'll take a look outside, just say, then grab your hand to someone else. Well, I'll keep hanging on until we reach the sun. We'll light my candle high, yeah, then plumb right in the air. The soul's on fire, the soul's on fire, the soul's on fire, yeah, the soul's on fire. Thank